Okay, so test one is basically a look at the edge of the knife, and we're going to see if any light bounces back when I shine the light directly onto it. So if you shine the light, it's probably a bit bright. So if you shine the light and you see light bouncing back, that means you've got a flat spot or possibly a wire edge. And so that one done with the belt sander looks okay. This one here done with the Tormek, again that looks okay. Wicked edge, fine, and finally one I did yesterday, the TS Prof, fine. So if there was light bouncing back from those tests, then you would assume that that's because there's a little flat spot. Without that, you assume that there's no flat spot, so no sort of wire edge, but you've missed. Should all be good. Next, I'm just going to give them a very final strop. Now this is just a strop I made out of a bit of wood and an old leather belt. Nothing flash or fancy. If I was making it again, I'd probably make it wider. Wider panel would be easier. Just mean that you can do the whole of the blade in one stroke as opposed to multiple strokes. But it is what it is. This costs less to make, so that's all good too. So now what I'm going to do is just do some slices in paper, which may not seem like a good idea as it's not really doing a massive test, but it actually tells you quite a bit. The slices, it seems to be a slight resistance at the tip. This was done on the belt sander. I used a Trizact A16 belt, quite a worn one. Give a grit roughly 600. Then it's been stropped. The rest of them are done with 1000 grit. This one was the Tormek. Cut sounds toothier to me, and that is representative of the type of cutting that the Tormek tends to do. It leaves a rougher grind, even though it's a higher grit, just the type of cutting it does. This one to me feels like, while it is cutting, it's got a bit more tooth. That means it will cut into rougher stuff better, but not brilliant on the paper. Wicked edge. Okay, so this is also only 1000 grit, but you can hear the difference it's making. It's just not as toothy a grind. Cuts well. Again, I would have preferred to take this to 50,000 grit, and I'll probably do that afterwards just to finish it off. And this, of course, is the TS Prof 1000 grit. So this one probably easily as good as 1000 grit on the wicked edge. Yeah, lovely. Now let's turn the lights on a little bit and we examine the edges under the normal light. You can see, maybe, yeah, I can see very, very, very slight scratch pattern, very, very slight. Wicked edge, I don't know if you guys can see that, I can. Again, very, very slight scratch pattern, very fine near the tip, slightly rougher further back, and that's an issue I always have with the wicked edge, is that I have trouble getting into the area next to the ricasso. Could just be a user error, could be something else. Okay, so Tormek, you can see a lot of grinding marks from the wheel, and you can see a real faint hint of a hollow grind. This will be good for cutting into coarse stuff, because that type of edge is going to do well into rope and cardboard and string and stuff. And here we've got the belt sander. Now, this one doesn't really show any markings, maybe very slight, but it does have a different coloration than the rest of them, just the way that it does the whole belt at once. And again, you can see that this is even though it's only taken to 600 grit, it's cutting nicely. There is a little catch somewhere in there, maybe up near the tip. And again, I wouldn't normally do this on just a belt sander. I'd usually do it on that, get it maybe to this point or this point, and then throw it onto one of my sharpening systems just to give it a secondary edge, because this one really, despite having a slight sort of a variation in the grind, is mainly just a primary edge, whereas this one, you can definitely see the marks from the secondary edge on there, and that secondary edge is doing a lot of the cutting. So that's the first test. We'll do some more testing shortly, but good start. Thanks guys.